According to the Bible, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. When was Satan created? Now, I bet you 95% of the people who have read the Bible have asked this simple question. And it's because the Bible does not give any dates and any timeline of that story. I think I can show you a routine sequence, a trail through the verses that'll lead right to maybe the biggest clue ever to be discovered. And if you can see what I see, you just might look at the Bible a little different. And I don't want to just pull this out of thin air. I don't even want to go to any ancient text other than the Bible. And that's when it can get a little sticky. I mean, the Bible should contain a story, indirectly or directly. I mean, shouldn't we be able just to go right to the same place where I first heard the word Satan? I just want to use the first 3 of the books that gives a vivid description of what many believe to be Satan. And that is Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Luke. I want to start the trail here through these 3 verses and see where it takes us. Sometimes the pieces to the puzzle can definitely be scattered. First, Ezekiel, and I got it right here because I don't have it memorized, so I'm going to read it to you. 2 verses in Ezekiel is 13 and 15. 13 says this: "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the workmanship of thy tabrets, and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created." Do you see any correlation right there? Wait a minute. 15 says this: "Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created, till iniquity was found in thee." Do you see a connection right there? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 says this: "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" Do you see the connection? Let's go to Luke. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And it reads like this: "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." I know you see that connection right there. 3 Bible verses that has a description of something happening heavenly, beyond human existence or accessibility. But let's really look at Ezekiel and Isaiah for what the Bible said that they really meant. Ezekiel, in that verse, it said that the Son of Man had limitations for a certain king. So in essence, it's saying that description of this heavenly fall and existence is referring to a king. And then in Isaiah is a prophet who is there to address the king of Babylon. So in all truthfulness, The Bible is even saying that it is talking about two kings. But the question is this: did a king, who I'm assuming is human, fall from heaven? That is a question that I'll leave y'all up to answer. Even in Luke 10:18, when Jesus sound like he almost said the same thing Isaiah said about falling from heaven, Jesus was actually talking to some people when he said that. So we can always say that he was referencing people, but speaking spiritually, just like in Isaiah and Ezekiel. So do you see the correlation now? So we can definitely see why these three scriptures correlate, and then they make a trail somewhere else. Two words: created and day. Part of the description in Ezekiel: in the day that ye was created. And they lead right backwards to the book of creation. Genesis 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided it, the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and morning were the first day. Isn't that amazing? Do you see the correlation yet? I want you to really just think about this in this Genesis verse. The creation story. The earth was without form. It was darkness. It was upon the face of the deep. And God moved upon the face of the waters. There's something about the word face and spirit. Because the spirit doesn't have a face, does it? But the Spirit of God moved over a face. Does water have a face? How does a water get a face? Ever looked in the water? And if the earth was without form and void, just close your eyes. Do you see the correlation? Come on. And then God said, come on, try it, y'all. Let there be light. And there was light. I can see now. I couldn't see. I can see now. And yes, the light is good. I can see everything. Stop right there. Could it be for the first time ever, after being in eternity of darkness, not seeing anything, just being a spirit, and then finally, after billions and billions and billions and billions of years of darkness, but still life in its abundance, I can see that has to be a great day. And from that point on, light and darkness was thus separated. It came from the darkness. Do you see that correlation? Now, to end it in Genesis, because this is such a great day for a presence that filled the darkness with its spirit and didn't really need a light, but somehow, some way conjured up and said, I want to see something. I want to see myself. I want to see my face. That's such a great day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call this light day. And I'm going to call where it came from, the darkness, night. Do you see the correlation there? Now here's the real kicker right here. Evening and morning was the first day. That goes right back to what Isaiah said about Lucifer. The son of what? The first day. But I can kind of see where he gets his pride from. I mean, if God's Spirit looked down where you come from and a face was there and he was able to see the reflection, the light he saw, are you the reflection of God's face? And who knows God's face? That's invisible, isn't it? But I'm sure that if that face could be seen, it would be the most beautiful, perfect face ever. If you had the face of God, wouldn't that make you kind of prideful, exalted? I'm thinking that's the most beautiful face ever. Do you see the correlation from the descriptions of Satan with the descriptions of the creation? Both are angelic descriptions of something that we humans can actually see. The symbolism in the descriptions on both sides. So you got the spiritual description of Satan that symbolizes humans or two kings. And then you got the spiritual description of the creation, which definitely could be a symbol of Satan's creation. So if Genesis 1 is confirming from Ezekiel, Luke, and Isaiah that Satan actually is the first angel of light ever created with the face of God, the first being created where that spirit of God could actually look at and say, hey, that's me right there. Now, I don't want to leave anyone hanging inconclusive about the story because the story continues, right? It has to be another description in Genesis that talks about what happened after. What about when Satan started rebelling and separating from God? Well, it should be if I just gave a description of the creation from darkness. So in part 2, I'm going to try to reveal that part and the rest of the parts. I'm Blackface, and I'm going to talk black to y'all a little bit later. Peace and much love and care.